Right, in this video, I have got but one question I want you to think about. And that question is this. Is it possible to buy an older, luxury, round-the-world sailing yacht that perhaps has come to the end of its first serviceable life? Is it possible to hand that yacht over to a team of experts to work on it diligently for a year, pulling the whole thing apart and renewing everything? We're talking mast, rigging, decking, hatches, engine, electrics, nav instrument, bringing the entire boat back to life as new. Is it possible for a boat like that to roll out back into the water a year later, having spent no doubt a gargantuan amount of money doing that? Is it possible to buy a boat like that, hand it over, and it come out and you make a profit? I know that's probably the most jarring part that make everyone go, well, that's a crazy idea. Of course not. This is exactly what I thought too. But check this out. This is the story of Emeah, a 62-foot Oyster yacht originally built around the turn of the century. Yet today, after decades of service, she once again looks brand new. In this video, we're going to find out if an as-new Willett Built restoration offers better value for both time and money than a new built yacht. One of the first major jobs to be undertaken by the Willett Built yacht restoration team was the removal and the replacement of the original teak deck. The capping rail on Emeah was damaged some months prior to her arrival, but thankfully the team of carpentry experts on hand were able to gingerly remove this from Emeah and restore it back to its former glory. The level of due diligence undertaken by the Willett team for this boat's re-life project was second to none, and when it came to sourcing the raw materials, the Willett Built team went to the importers' factories in person to inspect the wood themselves.
There's a lot of stigmatism about the right type of woods to use for decks at the moment in the industry, and we have established a connection with a good quality material that is high in resin content, so that it's ideal for a replacement deck, and we had the skills to go with that to make sure it was every bit as good, if not better, than the original deck.
After the timber was approved to meet the rigorous quality standards of the Willett Built shipwrights, the team back in the tent were busy getting Emeah prepared.
You really want to make sure that that's well mixed up.
As well as a strong team of expert shipwrights, Willett Built also have many up-and-coming young talents who have the knowledge of restoring these magnificent vessels passed down to them in a traditional apprenticeship role. As the deck started to come to life, attention was also being focused on other areas where 2 decades of heavy use have taken their toll. As well as bringing Emeah back to her former glory aesthetically, inside the vessel it was time to go over all of the systems and repair and replace where needed, and even improve the boat where possible.
A boat that's circa 20 years old and that was at the cutting edge of production back then, we've had 20 years of development and knowledge to impart into any renovation of a boat, making her better than the original mark. The colour of the boat, for instance, it came as a blue hull. Not the easiest thing to change once the vessel's in commission, but taking the opportunity to have the boat in a shed and then change the colour to their dream colour was taken, and it was just exemplary.
This is where the engineers in the team come into their own. Everyone working together as a cohesive team, in lockstep with the owners of Emeah, trying to make their dream a reality.
She was getting a little tired after 10 years in the Med. we found that it was time to give her a bit of a facelift. So for us, it was really a no-brainer to say we'd rather spend the money on Emeah and getting her back in 100% condition than spending money on a new boat. So it was really, really never a question. We've been looking around at other parties. We've been looking at parties in Spain, in Holland, in Turkey, because we were very focused on the teak. And then eventually, I think what did swing it was that Willett could deliver a sustainable teak,
yeah.
which was, we wanted real teak, but we don't want to break any rules. But having the real teak and the party that can actually take this boat apart and put it back together in a very high quality way.
And after many months inside the Willett Built shed, with the entire team diligently working on the restoration of Emeah, it was finally time for this magnificent Oyster 62 to head back to the water where she belonged, where her finishing touches would now take place.
When we look at the refit, all the things that have been done, when we look at the cost, of course it is an expensive product to buy and it's an expensive product to maintain. But on the other hand, when you compare it to value for money with a new boat compared to this boat, we bought it for about, I think, 25% of the cost of a new boat. We've used it for 10 years. Now we spend quite a bit of money on the refit. But when we talk to the valuation guy who's been looking at the boat to get a valuation for the insurance for the future, we make that money back in valuation of this boat almost 100%.
So after one full year since this tired, old, blue Oyster 62 came into the care of the Willett Built team, the question is, was it worth it?
It's been an amazing experience. So what are you breaking now, Alan?
Oh, take it out, Tom, don't worry about it.
The valuer. And he said, when I look at this boat and everything that's been done and the quality of work and installations and everything, he said, I couldn't make a case for buying a new boat.
So many people coming past on this dock, on the other dock, saying, is that a new Oyster?
Yeah.
It's really bizarre, isn't it?
Yeah.
So the £1 million question, is this a profitable endeavour? Could you buy an old sailing yacht, hand it over to the team at Willett Built to bring back to life, to bring her back to her former glory and flip it and sell a profit? I don't know, that might be over egging the pudding a little bit, let's be honest. But that was never the goal here. Do you get great value for money? Well, the owners of Emeah, as well as the valuers that came to look at the boat after the work was done, they certainly seem to think so. But if you're one of the rare people who are in the fortunate position in life where you can buy a brand new Oyster to go on your round the world adventure on, well, it seems to me that after working alongside the guys here in Willett, even as tangential as my relationship with this boat and this project has been, it seems to me that there's more than one option. Yes, of course, you can go to the likes of Oyster or any other prestigious boat builder and put yourself on a multi-year waiting list and part with millions, plural, I would imagine at this point, for a boat built to your specifications, and there's nothing wrong with that. If you can do it, all power to you. Or you can buy an older boat and you can spend also a huge amount of money having her refitted to your specifications, and you've got a proven, tested, high pedigree boat. But perhaps more importantly, perhaps more valuable than money itself, is potentially the time that's saved. Because this entire project, from start to finish, was turned around in precisely 1 year. And I don't know about you, but I'm sure for some people, that is worth its weight in gold.